Alright, hello everybody. Today we're going to be going over my most OP and broken schooner build for PvE that also works in PvP and that anybody can get. So first off, let's show you what the perks of the schooner does. So obviously it specializes in DPS. If anybody's wondering how to get the schooner, it is achieved through the battle pass. I think you have to get 50 levels or 45 levels, and then you'll be able to get the schooner. So, first off, the schooner comes with the Fury perk, and this is what makes it so good, as well as the second perk. But first off, with Fury, it automatically increases your damage to structures by 50% and increases your weak point damage taken by 30% for 10 seconds. And then weapons have a 30% chance to trigger Fury for 15 seconds. While Fury is triggered, you get a bonus 25% damage on your broadsides. And it can trigger a explosion that does 700 damage. The second perk you get, which is one of my favorites with the schooner, is Volatile. All the weapons equipped on the broadsides will deal a bonus 20% explosive damage, and it decreases explosive weapons reload time. And then obviously third perk, Deep Blue. Um, so at max level, you'll get about 51,000 health and 10,000 brace. It travels at about 12 to 14 knots, which is pretty fast. And then trimming obviously is 16 knots, and then the weight limit 75,000, so it's plenty. And then I will show you guys what I run. So for the weapons, I like to run the Nashkars because they are very good for healing. These cost about 2 million silver, and the only way to get them was from a event a while ago. So you're gonna have to trade for them now, and they cost about 2 million silver. If you don't have those, the Lang's Kartuas are very strong. They do increase damage to structures, so they're very good for forts, and they also do quite a bit of damage. I was hitting about 30k on a weak point on a structure, so that's very solid. Um, but if you can, the Nashkars are very good because they heal 5% of the damage dealt, but whenever you hit a weak point, the amount's multiplied by 700%. So I run these on the front and the back. They do burning damage, a little bit of piercing, but I like to put combustion on it, and then you could either run lethal for the weak point damage or run the structure damage, which is probably better. And then I would try to get a soul mending. That'll be really good for the healing. For the broadsides, which is what makes this build, there's two options. For the most DPS and well-rounded build, the Brickbreakers 3s are underrated. They're so fun to use, they're so strong, so powerful, and they're very easy to obtain. You can literally get the blueprint from Yanita. So for the roles that I go for on the Brickbreakers, so first off, they come with the perks of increased damage to structures, as well as it adds combustion. So again, with the schooner, with the volatile perk, you get a 10% reload increase if you have combustion on your broadsides. So for the rolls, I like to run combustion again just for the extra explosive damage, and then I run amplified explosives again. And then for the purple perk, Deadly Strike is good, but I would prefer Winning Streak. So Deadly Strike basically just increases your overall damage. And even if you don't hit a weak point, it'll still hit higher than normal. And then for my other side, which is the one with Winning Streak, Same perks: combustion, amplified explosives, and then winning streak. Winning streak's very strong. For every successive hit, it increases the next shot up to a maximum of 33%. Very solid. And then for the auxiliary weapon, the Infernal Maul is so broken, so amazing, so strong. I can clear Mizerja honorless event in like 45 seconds solo. So the Infernal Maul, very good. So in case anybody doesn't know, or actually I'll explain it later. But these are the perks that I run. I run Incendiary for the extra burning damage, and then Amplified Burning and Amplified Burning again. So that way, if I hit somebody with the maul, they will take a lot of burning damage. Then moving on to the armor. So I like to run the Nocturne Heart, which if your hull is above 75% health, you're going to get a 15% weapon damage increase. Very strong, very good. Um, it's very good paired with the Hellepoorts. So if you have Hellepoorts, there's two different ways you can run this build. You can either run it with the Brickbreakers for maximum damage, or you can run it with the Hellepoorts, which are less damage, but it's more for sustained fighting because the Hellepoorts actually heal you. So if you're gonna run Hellepoorts, you're gonna want combustion as one of the perks. That way you get your 10% reload for your broadside. And then you could go two ways about it. You can do either amplified explosives or double soul mending. Double soul mending is very strong. A full volley will probably heal you about 8 to 10k, depending on if you're hitting weak points with all the shots or not. Um, but the Hellepoorts are a very, very good cannon. So run the Hellepoorts if you can as a sustained build. Brickbreaker 3s if you want just pure max DPS, want to destroy everything in your path. To get the Hellepoorts, you can't get them anymore. They were on a Halloween event, but you can trade with other players, and they cost about 10 million silver each. And that's very good with the Nocturne Heart because obviously you're just going to keep healing yourself. And for the furniture, so the major, you're going to run the Worm's Breath Churner. So triggering Shell Shock on the target increases reload time of the weapon. So in case you guys didn't know, explosive weapons, they trigger Shell Shock. So if you've ever been shot and you can't shoot your cannons, it shows the little red circle. That's Shell Shock. So it increases your reload time. It also increases the secondary damage, so your explosions will be more, and then increases weapon damage of explosive weapons. So if your weapon has explosives, you're going to get an extra 5%. As for the second one, I run Breachlock Furnace. Increases the secondary damage dealt by up to 30% the closer you are. So if you're up close and personal, your fire from your Infernal Maw or your Hellepoorts or your explosives from your Brickbreakers are going to do more damage. As well as the Shell Shock will trigger more. As for the third one, I run Ramrod Workshop. That decreases the reload time of your broadsides, huge, and increases the secondary damage dealt, also very good. This is acquired from Blackwood's rotational shop as well as Breachlock, and then I believe Worm's Breath Churner was either Season Pass or from Blackwood's rotational shop as well. So number 4, you can run whatever you want. This is your free slot. I run the Machinist tables for the extra buoy damage and the radius for the buoys. So I'll show you a clip later of me fighting Mizerja solo, and you'll see how fast I do it, and it's because of this furniture and the Infernal Maw. But if not, a very good one that you can run, if you're running the Maw or Hellepoorts, there is one that if a enemy is burning, your damage is increased by like 20% or something like that. So that's a very strong one to run. For number 5 and 6, I run port powder kegs and starboard powder kegs. You can get these from Yanita. It just increases your broadsides by 10%. And then let's get into it. Okay, so here we are at the Mizerja honor list. Obviously, this is World Tier 1. This is a great spot to farm silver, farm items. So I will quickly show you guys what this build can do. So another thing, in case you guys didn't know, if you are at Mizerja at the buoy, if you're close enough to the buoy, all the enemies will spawn to the east always. So I start off, I shoot both the mauls, and then I fire a broadside because you want to try to get those buoys to actually blow up. So in case you see, they're all burning or insta-dying. The burning is going to pretty much take care of all of them. Maybe not this guy. And you'll see just how much damage this does. So I'm hitting up to 6,500 crits. And then if I miss, it is 4,500 for the body shots. And this is the side with winning streak, so it's just going to continue to go higher and higher. Like to shoot another maul. So another thing with the Infernal Maul buoys, whenever you first shoot them out, they actually deploy mines in a big radius, and those only do 2,500 damage each hit. But if the buoy explodes, so if someone shoots the buoy or they run over the buoy, it's going to do 300% damage and apply burning to all nearby targets. So that's Mizerja down. Alright, so I just realized I do not have enough sigil flares to start another one. So I will show you guys what this build can do in World Tier 2 against Mega 4 Oosten. Alright, so here we are in World Tier 2. It's just me here right now at the fort. Never mind, there's another person. But let's try to take it down. So you how good these Brickbreakers are. Oh, great. So as you can see, I pretty much one-volleyed that tower. Hitting about 15k. And you'll see later when it has us break the wall how much damage it can do. But you can pretty much solo Mega Fort as long as you dodge the towers. So those are the towers down. You can see this level 19 is getting shredded. Again, the Nashkars are very good, the long guns on the front and back. Especially if you hit a tower, that's a lot of healing. Okay, I got sniped. So, I died twice. Spawned in a very bad spot and I got sniped pretty much immediately. Again, by the enemy's Garuda. But as you can see, this build is pretty good. And I'm not even getting the armor bonus from the 75% whole health. Against most of these level 12s, you can pretty much one volley them. So now it wants us to destroy the wall. So as you saw, that one shot healed me all the way back up. So I'm hitting about 21k, and this side is the one with the successive hits, I think. Oh no, it's not. So even without the extra 15% damage from the armor, I'm still hitting pretty much 21k. And let's try this other side real quick. This is the side with the successive hits. Starts off lower, but still goes up pretty high. And it's just 2 of us here at this fort right now. Alright, so that pretty much concludes the video. Hope you guys try it out. Hope you guys enjoy. Take care.